Now, Britain's trees are coming under attack from an array of exotic diseases. The government will call tomorrow for tighter import controls to prevent native tree species going the way of the Dutch elm and disappearing completely from our forests. In the southwest of England, a third of all larch trees have had to be felled to control the spread of blight. In this special report, our science correspondent Tom Clarke took to the skies over Cornwall to see the scale of the outbreak.
The threat to trees from new diseases is so grave, it's taking forestry to new heights. We're with the Forestry Commission on a routine inspection flight over Cornwall. Through the mist, they're on the lookout for new cases of a devastating tree disease.
Can you see down below we've got extensive dead trees amongst the ones that are yellowing off for autumn, so that's the sort of signs of heavily infected trees here.
Phytophthora ramorum is a fungus-like disease that kills larch trees. Just one infected tree, like the ones below, can spread the lethal spores for miles. The only solution, to fell every larch in the wood.
This woodland needs to be felled because the risk is that as long as you have trees here, even if they're only partially alive, the risk is that they can sporulate and spread with the right weather conditions to other trees that are in the vicinity.
It's only from up here you get a true sense of the scale of this problem. In all, 1/3 of the larch trees in the southwest have been felled because of this disease. With the Forestry Commission on high alert for sick trees, the other purpose of this flight is to make sure private landowners are complying with orders to fell infected woods. 600 feet below, the Boconnoc estate are cutting down their remaining larch trees. They've been lucky. This contractor is paying them for the wood they're removing. But trees are a long-term investment, and as the head woodman explains, the order to fell is costing them dearly.
This would have been our main crop in about 50 to 60 years' time. We're taking out early, so we're losing out on thin-ins that we'd have had 5, 10, 15 years. We'd have had regular income from it.
Now the government is stepping in to try and prevent diseases like Phytophthora from coming here in the first place. Plans being announced tomorrow will call for tighter border controls and baggage allowances for plant materials. There'll be stricter enforcement on importers of horticultural and wood products that can carry disease. And more money is being allocated for research into emerging disease threats.
We're coming under multiple attack now from exotic diseases, which are skipping from plants to trees and from trees to trees. And we've really got to get a grip of this problem, otherwise we will start losing native trees in the same way that elms were lost through Dutch elm disease. If we actually don't get to grips with these serious tree diseases, then the landscape is going to be changed forever.
But times have changed since Dutch elm disease claimed some of our finest trees. Now new diseases arrive via the booming trade in ornamental plants. Cheap wood products and packaging from Asia are contributing too. And though these latest diseases are hitting commercial forestry hardest, they have the potential to jump into native trees like oak, ash and beech.
So if we actually get sort of diseases that take a hold in those woodlands and start to adversely affect the very small number of broadleaves that sort of form the basis of those woodlands, then we actually could lose something, you know, really irreplaceable.
With just 2% of Britain covered in native woodland, a disease doesn't have to do much to make a lasting impact. Tom Clarke, Channel 4 News in Cornwall.